Hello, Year 2, how are you? And welcome to today's maths lesson. So in our last two maths lessons, we've been looking at making equal groups by sharing. Okay, so we've known how many objects we had, we knew how many groups we needed to make, but we needed to work out how many would be in each group. Now today we're going to be looking at making equal groups by grouping. So this time we know how many objects we have, we know how many need to be in each group, but we need to work out how many groups there will be. Now before we do that, let's warm up our brains with our flashback. So here you go, here's your flashback for today. You have questions 1 to 4. In the first question, you need to tell me how many 10s there are in 24. So partition the number 24 and tell me how many 10s there are. In number 2, Sam has 10 pairs of socks. So if you look at the picture, that will tell you how many socks are in one pair. And then write a multiplication number sentence to find out how many socks will be in 10 pairs. The number 3, how much money altogether. So if you have a look at what the value of one coin is, you can then make a multiplication number sentence to find out the total value. And then number 4, you need to find the sum or the total of 26 and 44. Now, I'd recommend doing column addition, and you need to work out if you need to exchange or not. Okay, Yeti, so pause the video now and have a go at your flashback. Okay, let's see how you got on. So number 1, how many 10s are there in 24? Well, let's get our part whole model out here, and let's put 24 in our whole. And how can we partition this number? Well, we can do 20 and 4. So we've got 4 1s. How many 10s have we got? We've got 20 as one of our parts. How many 10s are in 20? Yes, there are 2 10s in 20. Listen, 10, 20. There we go. We've counted in 10s twice. So therefore, there are 2. And we can show this using our base 10. There you go. So we've got 2 10s and 4 1s. And if we put those together, it will give us 24. Now, number 2, Sam has 10 pairs of socks. And we can see in the picture, there are 2 socks in one pair. So if we know there's 2 socks in one pair, we can write the multiplication number sentence, 10 multiplied by 2, because we need 10 pairs and we know there's 2 socks in each. Or, because of commutative law, we can write 2 multiplied by 10. So because we know the 2 and the 10 times table, you can use either one of these to work it out. But we've just used this in the last question, haven't we? Can you remember how many 2 multiplied by 10 was? Yes, it was 20, wasn't it? We knew that 20 was 2 10s. So there you go. Altogether, we have 20 socks in the 10 pairs. Okay, number 3, how much money altogether? Well, what's the value of one coin? Yes, that's right, it's 5 pence. And how many coins are there? There are 5, so we can write the multiplication number sentence, 5 multiplied by 5, because there are 5 coins and each of them are worth 5 pence. Now, let's count up together in steps of 5. 5 times, are you ready? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Stop, we've counted 5 steps. And what did we get to? We got to 25. So therefore, there is 25 pence here altogether. Now, number 4, find the sum of 26 and 44. So I said to use column addition. So here's our column addition. Let's start with the 1s. So 6 plus 4. What's that? Yes, it's 10, isn't it? It's our number 1 to 10. Now, do we need to exchange our 1s? Yes, we do, don't we? Because it's 10. Remember, we need to exchange if it's 10 or more in the 1s. So therefore, we put our 0 there and we exchange our 10. Now, let's add our 10s. So we've got 2 plus 4, which is 6. And then we can't forget the 10 that we've just exchanged, and that makes it 7. So there you go, 26 and 44 add together to make 70. Well done if you got those right. Now let's move on to today's learning. Oh, here we go. We've got some frogs. Now, how many frogs are there all together? Should we count together? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12 frogs all together. Now, what do we need to do with these frogs? We need to put these frogs into groups of 4. So each group needs to have 4 frogs in it. And we're going to put them into groups on logs. So how many frogs did I need on this log? Yes, I needed 4 because I need groups of 4. So let's put 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. I've completed my first group because I've got 4 frogs on that log. Let's get another log. Okay, and we'll put 4 frogs on that as well. And then how many frogs have we got left? Yes, we've got 4 frogs left without a log. But we can make a group with those frogs because we need 4 frogs in each group. So there you go, there's your last group. Now, there are 3 groups with 4 frogs in each group. Should we check that? Let's count the groups. We've got 1, 2, 3. We've got 3 groups and we've put 4 frogs in each group. Okay. Now, the frogs were a little bit messy last time, weren't they? Can you see like they are now? And it was quite difficult to count and define the groups, wasn't it? So we're going to put these frogs into an array, and then we can use the rows and the columns to help put them in groups. So let's put them in an array. There we go, there's our array of lovely frogs. Now, what do we need to do? We need to make groups of 3 and work out how many groups of 3 we've got. Now let's have a look at our columns. How many frogs are in each of our columns? Yes, that's right. There are 3 frogs in each of our columns. So maybe we can use our columns to make our groups. Shall we try? There we go. So there's our first group and we've got 3 frogs in there. So let's make more groups of 3 frogs. There we go. Now, how many groups have we made? Because they've all got 3 frogs in them. That's what they asked. So how many groups have we made? Yes, we have made 4 groups. There are 4 groups of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, because we used our 4 columns and there are 3 frogs in each column. Fantastic. So here's our same array and we need to know how many groups of 6 there are. So using these frogs, we need to make groups of 6 and work out how many groups we can make. So can you pause the video now and you can either draw some dots or you can use some objects and try and group them into groups of 6 and find how many groups of 6 you can make. Pause the video now and have a go. Okay, year 2. So we knew from the last question that in one column there are 3 frogs, aren't there? Maybe we could put some columns together and then make our groups of 6. Because if we put 2 columns together, there are 3 in each column and 3 plus 3 equals 6. Shall we try that? Oh, there we go. So we've got our first group of 6 and look, I've used 2 columns because there are 3 frogs in each column. So let's do that again. Here we go. So how many groups of 6 have we made? Yes, we have made 2 groups of 6 by putting 2 columns together. Fantastic. Okay, now our objects are not always in a nice pretty array like the frogs were. Can you see in these beanbags? They're all over the place, aren't they? How many beanbags are there all together? Should we count again together? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There are 15 beanbags all together. Now I'm going to put these beanbags in some groups. Are you ready? There we go. There are my groups of beanbags. Now, how many equal groups have I made? And how many beanbags are there in each group? Can you pause the video now and have a think for me? Okay, Yeti, so how many equal groups have I made? Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've made 5 equal groups. And how many beanbags have I put in each group? Yes, I've put 3 in each group because there's 3 in the first group. And because we know they're equal, there'll be 3 in each group. Well done. Now, here is a true or false question. So we need to read the sentence and work out if it's true or false for this array of children. And so it says, the children can get into 6 groups of 2. Well, let's have a look. How many columns do we have in this array? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 columns. And how many children are in each column? Yes, there are 2 children in each column. So maybe we can use that to make our 6 groups of 2. Let's have a look. There we go. Have I made 6 groups? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, and I have 2 children in each group. So therefore, that is true. We can make 6 groups of 2 with this array of children. Now, here we've got some more questions with the same array. So can you put the children into groups of 3, 4, and 5? Okay, so let's do groups of 3 together. Now, how many children are in one of our rows? Yes, there are 6 children in one row. So could we half that row? What is half of 6? Yes, half of 6 is 3. So let's try it. Let's put them. There we go. So we've halved our row. And how many children are in each group? Yes, there are 3 children in each group. So let's try that with the the row underneath. There we go. So have we got 3 children in each group? Yes, we have, haven't we? And how many groups have we made with these 12 children? Yes, we've made 4 groups of 3. Okay, so what I'd like you to do now is pause the video and have a go. Can you put these 12 children into groups of 4 and groups of 5? Okay, pause the video now and have a go. Okay, year 2, so let's get rid of the groups that we've just made. And we're now going to try and make groups of 4. Now, can you remember a few questions ago when we put 2 columns together? I wonder if we could do that again. Because look, we've got 2 children in one column and we need 4 children in each group. So 2 plus 2 is 4. There we go. So maybe that's how we can make our groups. So let's put the first 4 children in a group and the next 4 children in a group. Now, have we got enough children to make another group of 4? Yes, we have, haven't we? So we can make another group of 4. So how many groups of 4 have we made? Yes, we have made 3 groups of 4. Fantastic. Now let's get rid of those groups and try the last one. Can we make groups of 5? So how many children are in one of our rows again? Yes, there are 6 children in one row. And we need groups of 5. So let's make my group of 5 on the row. Oh, we're missing the boy on the end, aren't we? Let's try the row underneath. Oh, look, we're missing the boy on the end again. There are 2 children that are not in our groups. So we cannot make groups of 5 equal groups of 5 with 12 children because there are 2 boys who are not in the group. What a shame. Now, what I'd like you to do now, year 2, is to look at your worksheet, year 2 maths, 22nd of January, resource 1, and to have a go at the questions, okay? And when you're finished, come back to the video because we're going to do some more problem solving.